This is CPM Chapter 5, Problem 114. Carol threw an eraser straight up with a starting velocity of 12 meters per second and a starting height of 1 meter. Find the velocity function and height function using the acceleration negative 9.8 meters per second. So first we're going to find the velocity function, and to do so we're going to have to use that acceleration that was given to us. And so we're going to put it into an integral, and once we put it into an integral, we're going to have to find the antiderivative. And so the antiderivative of this will equal negative 9.8t plus c. And the c is to represent a constant, and also we don't have any boundaries right here, and so we need to have the c there. And then once we find this equation right here, we're going to set it equal to 12, and 12 is the starting velocity. And also we're going to plug in a 0 for the t in order to find our function, and after plugging in the 0 and setting it equal to 12, we should get negative 9.8t plus 12 as our velocity function. After finding our velocity function, we're going to find the height function, and to find the height function, we're going to have to use the velocity function that we had just found, and we're going to plug it into an integral, and then we're going to find the antiderivative of the velocity that we had just put in. And then with the antiderivative, we're going to set it equal to 1, because 1 is the starting height that was stated in the problem. And then we're also going to plug in a 0 in for the time to find our height function, and we should get negative 4.9t squared plus 12t plus 1. So next, they want us to find how high the eraser was after 1 second. So with the height function that we had just found, we're going to plug in a 1. After plugging in a 1, you should get 8.1 meters. They also actually want us to find how high the eraser was after 2 seconds as well. So with that same height function, we're going to plug in a 2 instead this time, and then we should get 5.4 meters. For B, they want us to know when the maximum, or when the eraser reaches the maximum height, and so to find that, we have to have the derivative of the height function set to equal 0, and the derivative of the height function actually equals the velocity function. So it's going to be negative 9.8t plus 12 equals 0, and we're going to solve for t, and we get 1.224 seconds. Next, we are going to make a chart, and so we're going to have the 1.224 in the center, and so if you plug in any values that are lower, or that are like lower than 1.224, and you plug it into this equation right here, you should get an answer that is positive. And so when you plug in an equation, or not an equation, a number that is greater than 1.224, you will get a negative number when you plug it into this equation. And so when it's positive, it is increasing, h of t is increasing, and when v of t is negative, it is decreasing. And so from this right here, we can see that we have a max, and the max height is at 1.224 seconds. And so with this 1.224 seconds, we're going to plug it into the height function in order to find the maximum height. And so we're going to plug in 1.224 in the negative 1.9 squared equation, and we should get 8.347 meters.